I'm sorry, I was talking. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Y'all get on in. Get on in. Come on in. I was gonna do the intro, but I don't think that's necessary. I don't think it's necessary. Um y'all get on in. Come on in. I'm going to wait a few minutes while you guys come on in. But before I do that, this site is for education and entertainment purposes. Therefore, everything that I say after this, you guys, is allegedly. But I'm going to drop the link to the documents that I will be reviewing today, you guys. Also, before I get started, I want to thank all my day one subscribers. I want to thank my new subscribers coming in. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys. I love you guys for life. I also want to appreciate my members. My members, thank you guys. I appreciate each and every last one of my members as well. You guys have been the greatest. You have supported me. My day ones, you all know, let me just give a brief background. You know, when I built my channel, it was to raise awareness, right? It was to raise awareness for the communities. Okay. Well, in doing so, I have come across a lot of things that have raised concerns. One of them being in the hometown where my father is from, which is Winnsboro, Louisiana. I was born in Monroe, Louisiana. I also have lived in Winnsboro before, prior, and I also have family still there now. So when there's a concern being raised, like, why am I doing this? Because I don't live there. Well, I have family there. And when my loved ones go without water and electricity for days at a time, that's a concern. Okay, that's a concern for me as well. So we're gonna have to get to some things. We're gonna have to get to the issue as to why these things happen, and somebody got to hold themselves accountable. Do the right thing. The mayor election is coming up. And you guys need to start researching and making sure that you're going to vote for the candidate who is going to make changes to what's going on in Winnsboro. Because I'm telling you guys, and I'm I'm gonna be honest, when I first got wind of who had become the mayor, I promise y'all, my first thing came out of my mouth was, you know what, they are doomed. They are doomed. They're so doomed. And that's crazy. This is not a video where it's a bash session or nothing like that. This is nothing to be disrespecting the mayor. We're not doing any of that. We are only here for the facts. We are here for the facts of the business and the facts of the matter as to where the money was spent, what was going on with the expenditures, and why certain management response letters never got received. And we're going to talk about all these type of things, right? But before I do that, I have a video that I wanted to share with you guys to basically when she first got in office, because this kind of stood out for me. It was something that she said in the video. The mayor who now, which is Alice Wallace, she when she first, got in office and they were interviewing her, that video stood out for me. So the reason why I want to play it, because it was something that she said that's very important, and it stood out. And again, this is not a bash session for her. This is only for the people of Winnsboro that have questions and they want answers, right? And they're entitled to these answers. And there are just merely questions and concerns. The town has been upset because they're not getting the answers that they've been asking these questions for the longest. And now that the winter storm came, now granted, you guys, listen, we know that natural disasters happen. We do know that. We know that it may be a time where the power and things go out, but I've never known a time where the power and the water go out. It's either one or the other, like both of them. I've never seen that happen before. So that is what raised another concern to me to do some digging, because at the end of the day, I knew that somebody had dropped the ball, and that person that dropped that ball is pointing the finger at the previous administration, which now with this person, Ms. Wallace, has been in office for a couple of years now. So you can use your executive decision to make some decisions. However, I know you made a lot of decisions, allegedly. Okay. But we're going to get into that. So again, I'm going to share my screen because I want to play this video of when she first got in office, and we're going to take it from there. Also, wait a minute, before I do that, because I think I have somebody that is trying to come up. Let me drop this link. Before I do that, I'm just going to put it in the chat. Hey, y'all, I'm dropping the link. This is to the panel. I'm going to pin it. Oh, you can pin the, see if it let you pin the link. Real Street News, my bro in the building. What's up, bro? Let me go and shout y'all out real quick. Shout out to my bro Real Street News. Y'all go ahead and also subscribe to his channel. He does the same as I do. He's going to be my co-host as well. Who else we got here? Okay. So yeah, let me go ahead and share my screen now. That's what I want to do. Let me move this out the way. I'm going to share my screen because I want to play this video. And after I play this video, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break it down as to what was said in the video and how important it is in what she said. Okay. So this is from the KNOE. Okay. This is from KNOE. I'm waiting for it to load, y'all. While it's loading, y'all come on in. Share the live, share the live, share the live, because we are really about to get into some things. So make sure to share the live. Share the live, y'all. No, but I'm going to tell you what stood out for me is when she said, hold on, here it is. Give it time to come up. When she said that the little girls she wanted to set an example for the little girls, right? Well, let's see how much of an example of that. You know what? This site finna make me mad. Hold on. Let me go up out of this for a second. I'm gonna go out of that. Let me go out of that. Let me go over here to where I want to go. Since we couldn't get the video, let's go ahead and get to the document then. This audit, you guys, is the Louisiana legislative audit from April 30th, 2024. The Bruno and Tervalon LLP, CPAs and business advisors, they're the ones who conducted this audit, right? And in this audit report, this is where a lot of questions are going to come about, because there was money that was spent in misuse of funds. And also, hold on, before I do that, because it's part of the document that I can let you guys see. So, hold on. I can't let y'all see that. Let me do something. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Here's a part of the document I can't show because it has some numbers on there, so I got to scroll through. But before I get to that document, let me tell you why I'm getting to this document, so it can kind of break it down, y'all. The reason why we are getting to this document is because there was an investigation examination that was also done on these records, and they discovered the improper use of a credit card by the mayor, and these findings are in 2023-003, and this is in the late financial audit report under findings in question cost. So I'm gonna pull that up, but I gotta scroll down past some stuff so that y'all can see it. It has some income stuff. However, I'm going to drop the link to it so that y'all can, matter of fact, let me do that right now. I'm gonna drop the link to it so that y'all can kind of read along also. Well, hello, Double Dollar in the building. Shout out to Double Dollar in the building. There's the link also, you guys, for that public report. If you want to read along with, if you want to go along with me, it's there. Also, we have, who is this? Miss Tanise in the building, Creations. Welcome. Thank you for becoming a member, Tanise. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you. How you doing, Double Dollar? We about to get into some things. Can you hear me? We can't hear you. Your mic is muted. Double Dollar, we can't hear you. Your mic muted. Okay, he'll come back. Okay, while we wait on him to come back, let's get to this document because I don't want to really waste no more time. We about to get to this document over here. So before I do that, let me scroll down past this where I need to go on. I'm going to, guys, to page 84. So if you want to click on that link document that I just provided in the comments, you can scroll down to page 84. That is where I'm going to start on page 84. So give me a second as I get to page 84 so that we can go ahead and get to what's going on. I'm just scrolling down. All right, here we go. Okay, now I'm gonna come back and share my screen with y'all. Don't worry. I'm gonna come back and share it right now. Real Street News, bro, in the building. You ready? Can you hear me? Real Street News, bro, in the building. Ready? Can you hear me? Echo in the back. Real Street News, bro, in the building.
Is there echo in the back?
Ready? Yeah. Just echo in the back.
Oh, you know why? I know why. Is there echo in the back?
Yeah. So if you got another YouTube up in the background, you're gonna have to.
There you go.
Okay. Yep, that's better. Okay, let's get to it. How you doing? Introduce yourself and let the people know who you are before I pull this document up and we get straight to it.
Oh, okay. Since you know what it is, man, it's Real Street News 100. I do the same things my sister doing. We try to get real, real content, not that bogus content that people be gossiping all that. We try to get to help the people, like real deal stuff. Like we trying to put a stamp on this situation out here now. We really trying to bring some real content that people can really use, like what we talk about now, what's going on in your hometown, like real content,
Right. Okay, so let me go ahead and get to it, bro. I'm gonna share my screen so I can pull this document up. That link over there, if you guys want to follow along, you can hit that link. And I'm going to page 84. Scroll down to page 84, and that's where I'm going to start. That is going to be, got it. Okay. Okay. Do y'all see this? Can y'all see the document?
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
Y'all can see this. This is the town of Winnsboro, Louisiana schedule of findings and questioned cost year end, June 30th, 2023. The town was not in compliance with Louisiana statute for completion of the annual audit. The recommendations the town should continue in the implementation of the plan already in place to ensure adequate staffing levels to support timely financial reporting and to ensure future audits are completed by statutory dates. The management agrees with these findings, sees management's response letter and corrective action plan. So basically what that means is each time that they recommend something or she the mayor's office, they have to provide a management response letter with the correction action plan to show where they have implemented that change or whatever that finding is, right? Well, here we go to the initial year findings of 2023. She was in not long had been in office. The town mayor approved the purchase of $11,399 in outdoor grills for the town employees. And this has been the outrage. And this, I've been seeing this all over Facebook for the last 3-4 days, bro, about these griddles that was purchased, right? But here's the thing. It says the town employees as an employee appreciation gift in November 2022. So these were supposed to be gifts for the employees as like an employee appreciation. Now, here's the thing with that. I'm all for employee appreciation and boosting morale and giving gift cards and things like that when it's needed, right? But you also have to show us how and who got these gifts and who, how did you come to the conclusion for them to receive these gifts and all that type of stuff, right? So on here it says that in addition, the town purchased 737 in gift cards for Employee of the Month awards and paid $1,836 for parties and celebrations from September 2021 to May 2023. By approving the purchase of gifts for employees, Mayor Wallace may have violated state law and the Constitution, right? So it says, and let me make this bigger, criteria according to AG stands for Attorney General opinion. OG 09-0238 states that the public funds may be used to purchase plaques of moderate cost to honor exceptional employee without violating Article 7, Section 14 of Louisiana Constitution. Attorney General Opinion 92-737 provides that a public entity could give plaques of a moderate cost of employees for special recognition. However, the granting of gift certificates and savings bonds constituted prohibited donations under the state's constitution. Let that sink in for a second. Okay. AG opinion 0238 state that the Attorney General office has historically opined that the use of public funds for payment of or reimbursement for meals or food served in conjunction with parties and other types of celebrity functions is improper under Article 7, Section 14 of the Louisiana Constitution. The cause of this was the legislative auditor investigated an incident due to complaints received regarding the town use of public funds. So I had been hearing about the complaints and all that too. So it wasn't until I actually read this report that I understood where all the concerns were coming from. I understood what the people were saying, was talking about. So it said that the town was not in compliance with the state's constitution. So the recommendation on that was we recommend the mayor, along with the board of aldermen, consult with the legal counsel to determine the appropriate action to take, including recovery of the improper payments. In addition, the mayor and the board should ensure that all practices, policies, and procedures resulting in the expenditures of public funds comply with the state constitution and state law. Views of the responsible officials. So it says that management agrees. Listen, this is very important right here, y'all. Management agrees with the findings. See management's response letter and corrective action plan. Okay, hold that thought. Keep in mind, she was supposed to, there was no finding for the current year, because let's keep in mind, she made a statement, and we're gonna bring that up later in a paragraph, that she was blaming on the previous administration of why the generators were not implemented the way they should have, right? And because she said funds were allocated elsewhere. Well, so they would say that there was no previous findings for that. Okay, I got to stop sharing my screen right here because this is a document that I can't. Hold on. Just give me a second. Let me start sharing my screen for a second, y'all. Hold on. Okay. While I'm going over here to bypass what I need, because I think this may be like the annual with the payroll on there, and I don't want to show that. However, you guys can see it. I'm just not going to show it. So I'm going to bypass that, but I'm going to go straight to the management response findings that where the mayor, they responded, right? So now I can share my screen, go back to it. Hold on before I go back to it. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. So now let me go back and share my screen, y'all, because here's where it's going to get interesting at. Here's where it's going to get interesting. Let me share my screen because, yeah, we're going to see what her response, what the response was. We definitely want to see what the response was. Okay. Can y'all see this? Can you see this, bro? Can y'all see the document?
I can see.
Put one in the chat if you can see the document. All right. Management responses to the financial statement audit 2023-001, the bank reconciliations. Now, here's where it gets a little sticky, because since the resignation of the town of Winnsboro previous external accountant or CPA, the town has hired a new external accountant CPA as of September 27th, 2023, to properly prepare bank reconciliations in a timely manner. Right. So the town of Winnsboro will also ensure that a member of management board member who does not handle cash or post to ledgers or issue checks has reviewed each of the bank reconciliations on a monthly basis. Well, y'all, that didn't happen. She never provided the people that she was going to put in place that do not handle cash or post to ledgers or issue checks as reviewed each of the bank, is what she said. I'm saying allegedly, but we're going to get to it because I'm going to show you where they said that she didn't do that. And here we go. You go 2021-002, untimely submission of financial audit report by due date. The town of Winnsboro will continue in the implementation of the plan already in place to ensure adequate staffing levels to support timely financial reporting and ensure future audits are completed by statutory due dates. Okay, the gift cards, and I'm pulling this up because their signatures right there. 2023-003, so they can't say that this ain't the right, y'all signatures right there. Purchase of gifts for town employees. Administration will recommend that the Board of Aldermen implement policies and procedures to ensure that the expenditures comply with the state constitution and state laws at the next council meeting. Also, a discussion will be held between the mayor and Board of Aldermen to determine the appropriate actions and any concerning the expenses of the town. And as you can see, we have the town clerk sign, which is Julia G. Jackson, and Mayor Alice Wallace, their signatures right there. Okay. She never provided that, y'all. My question is to her, why didn't she? And then I also have got information where she did like not only with the griddles, but then she had like this ice cream giveaway thing or something like that. And then she had a retreat for mothers and daughters from ages 5 to 17 for free. Wow. So yeah, allegedly that's where some of the money went as well. Yeah, so no management letter was issued in connection with the audit for the year ended June 30, 2023. Also, if you go to, let me see, say page 7. Let me go down here to see if I want that. Okay. So LLA performed, now I'm not reading this, y'all. I got my notes and I'm going off of because I'm going to get to that too. But the LLA, they performed an investigation examination of the town records and discovered the improper use of credit card by Mayor or you can see in the findings where we just read the 2023-003, they said it was misuse of the credit card, and that she was supposed to be provided that explanation, that response in that management letter, y'all, that she never did provide. Okay, she never did provide. Hold on, I got to stop sharing my screen again because we finna get to some part there. Hold on,
You got a comment.
We're gonna stop.
Says you got it.
Yeah, I'm finna stop sharing my screen for a second. Let's see. What Dollar say? Why did the town's backup generator sit behind the town barn, rotting in the mud, while Winnsboro residents were without water and power for days? Because they had spent that allegedly spent their money on them griddles and different stuff, other stuff that was being spent, and so they felt like that the free retreat and the ice cream and the griddles was more important than the generators, allegedly. That's why.
Wow.
Allegedly.
Wow.
Let's talk about the deficit. There was a $3 million debt. Now, this is where it's really, really going to get tricky. And in the report that if y'all got it, I gave it to y'all. The report that y'all have, that link, all you gotta do is click on it. Everything I'm telling y'all is in the report. So also, she was supposed to have, they recommended her to hire someone with government accounting experience to complete the bank reconciliations on a monthly basis. Ask me, did she do that?
Absolutely not.
Right.
From
so
what we
this
can tell,
why we're here, you guys. She was supposed to hire the people with experience, with government experience in accounting to handle the bank reconciliations. That didn't happen, allegedly, but it's in the report. It didn't happen. It did not happen, y'all. So now, not only did we not have the manager's response about the misuse of the credit card, we also didn't get a response from her regarding hiring of the people that she was supposed to be hired in that position that was not supposed to handle cash. Remember, that was not supposed to handle the ledger. Remember, y'all? What happened? The ball was dropped there too. She didn't hire they didn't get a response back with that either. They didn't get a response back from that either. So these are just some of the questions. That's why, like I said, Alice, if you watch it, this is not a bashing session. This is not any of these are really questions that are legitimate questions and concerns that are being raised that people want to know. And so for you guys to be so mad and upset at me for doing so and trying to get the information out there, because I've gotten threats. I've gotten a person, some of y'all people that have been sent over to me that I've never even seen before. Don't even know these people from a can of paint. But I'm getting threats behind it because that's when I knew something was wrong, because every time that I get ready to expose something at Winnsboro, I get all this weird stuff. It's like they don't want the information to get out. And that only makes me push harder to get it out. I hope y'all know that. That's all it does. Okay. So the link that I sent you guys is also going to reflect the $4 million deficit. And let's talk about what she's allegedly, they said she's telling everybody, hey, that we're not in that deficit anymore. And, things of that nature. Right. Well, if you're not in that deficit anymore, why didn't you submit the management response and show that? I mean, why we don't see where is it? I heard it. You supposed to be some type of payment plan or something, but it's nothing in place. It wasn't implemented. So where is it? Well, none of these questions got answered, y'all. The main funds came from the coronavirus which I can't say that word on YouTube. I forgot the C word from the year. A lot of those funds came from that, and she said that there wasn't a deficit anymore. But this is crazy. What they saying? All I know is the Caterpillar engine was working before she took over, and that engine keeps water pumping to Winnsboro when the lights go out. Wow. So this is crazy, bro.
This is like a movie. It's like a horror movie.
I can't believe this. This is crazy.
I mean, it's clear as day. They said it. The Caterpillar engine was working before she took over, and that's the engine keeps the water pumping to Winnsboro when the lights go out. So this all goes to show. This all goes to show is how can you deny it? Allegedly.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see what's in this back check. Yeah. Okay. You are in the back check. You in the back check. So yeah, you good. You can put whatever you want in the back check. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I got you. Okay, I got you. So Dollar said, what is the reason for the asset depreciation? The town's infrastructure is depreciating at a rate of over 500 million per year. What? That's the question. Yeah, shout out to Double Dollar. In case y'all didn't know, y'all already know that's my son. Yeah, that's my son. Yeah, that's my son. So he said that these are questions. She said that they don't have a deficit, that the deficit is in a positive now, that allegedly everything has been taken care of. However, if she's on what they call some type of payment plan, from what I gather, it will show you in the green because you're on the payment plan, right?
Yep.
If you owe someone, this is like if you owe, let me give an example. This is like if you owe a creditor, and you get on a deferred payment plan, they're gonna put you in a positive status. So you going around telling these people that the deficit is in a positive status. Why? Because you on a payment plan now. That the $4 million didn't go away, did it? And if it did, correct me if I'm wrong. Send one of your spokesperson up here. Let us know. Inquiring minds want to know. We want to know, Ms. Wallace, did you clear the deficit or not? Or was you set up on a payment plan and so that it would make it look like that you were in the green? Huh? I mean, for the record, I was interviewed, set accounting positions as well as in economic development position. But after sharing my experience, they were concerned I was a plant and wasn't hired. Facts.
Wow.
You need to click the link. You need to click the link. Let me drop this link again. Hold on.
That's crazy, sis. For them to be thinking that they knew something, they knew someone right. For them to be feeling paranoid like that, thinking he was a plant.
Man, listen, I'm telling you, they've been paranoid. Every time I get ready to hit the live button and say anything about Winnsboro, I get all kind of backlash. I get all these friend requests. I get all these people lurking on my page, get these threats and stuff. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that was the dumbest thing that lady did, was sit there and basically on her job making threats at me, causing a hostile environment while she's at work. Employees all in the background. She's over there telling them, oh yeah, they scared of me too. The whole office scared of me. What? So you over there bullying the doggone workers, causing a hostile environment, and on live threatening me? You in last place, honey. That was the dumbest. That's called the dumbest criminal. But I'm not even going to get her. She's going to get sidetracked. Let's get to the next question. Say logbook failure. The audit reveals a lack of professional audit trails and logbooks, which is why the 2024 audit remains late as of January 2026. Well, here's the thing. Her response and some of the stuff she said, because it was transitioning over from the other administration to her administration, which is understandable, right? All that is fine and dandy. However, what she did was, instead of hiring the proper people with the government accounting experience as she should have, she hired Pook in them. Okay.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing.
She hired Pook in them. Family and friends and all the people that she know to get these, handle such a deficit and help handle these situations. This is crazy, y'all. This is, man, say. The mail says she's saving money. So she's saving money. Okay, I want to get back. Let me go back to this document. Hold on. Before I do that, let me scroll down. I want to, let me see something here. Because
we got another comment, sis.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna pull up this finding. I gotta show this other finding also, because this is also important. Okay, yeah. Yep. I'm gonna get to it. Give me just a second, y'all. I'm scrolling on this document. I'm looking. Oh, also, all right. So this is where, hold on, let me go back. This is where the repayment or whatever came in place, because she allegedly told them that she agreed to pay 50% back of those, for those griddles or whatever, y'all. She agreed to pay 50% of that back. That's also in those documents. To me, once you agree to pay something or whatever, to me, that's like you admitting to you misuse some of the funds. Otherwise, why did you agree to pay 50%?
Absolutely.
Let's be clear on that. And don't let that go over y'all head. Do not also let it go over y'all head that the recommendation stated that she was supposed to put in place an official, someone with government accounting experience. And also on the bank reconciliation, she was supposed to have hired someone who does not handle cash, does not handle the ledger. And remember that didn't happen either. So what do y'all think happened in between that with the funds? What happened? That's the inquiry minds want to know, Ms. Wallace. What happened with those funds? If you can send a spokesperson over here to tell us what happened, by all means, come on over. The link is right there. Matter of fact, I'm about to pin it. I'm about to pin this link. I'm finna pin this link in case anybody else want to come up.
I mean, it would be nice for them to, try to clear our minds up at least.
You know what I'm saying?
The people want to know. The people got a right to know what's going on. And this is,
People definitely want to know.
Hopefully,
I gotta go out of. It's not letting me pin it from here, bro. Can you pin it? Is it? Would it let you, one of the moderators? Can y'all? Would it? One of my mods? Can y'all pin it? Double dollar. Will it let you pin that? Pin the StreamYard link, please. Here's the question. What's to say? Check. Oh, that's the one you just said. Check the audit agency ID 2337. The town is not out of a deficit. The state auditor said Winnsboro has a 3.9 million deficit. Don't let her gaslight you guys. Oh my goodness. Well, that's why we want to know, is the deficit cleared or not? Because if you saying that we're in the green, but if you were set up on a payment plan, of course it's going to say you're in a green status if you're on a plan. But if you're not, it's going to show that it's still, the deficit is still there. Alice says the books are balanced. Then why is Winnsboro still on the non-compliant list as of today? Winnsboro is blocked from state money because she hasn't filed the 2024 paperwork. I don't know. Are they? Who can confirm that? That's called malfeasance of office. Oh yes, and exactly. That's exactly what that is. That's exactly what that is. But yeah, she said that the books are balanced, y'all. She's saying the books are balanced. But at the end of the day, the report, where is it? Where is even the plan? She never seemed to can get the management response letter in a timely manner to respond to some of these questions. And then now I'm wondering if, because I have another document where a different CPA did the audit in February 2024, and it's basically some of the same thing. However, on that one, and let me pull this one up. Hold on. I'm gonna share my screen, but let me go to document.
It's not letting me pin it, sis.
It's not.
I tried it from the phone and I tried it on the desktop.
No, it ain't gonna let you pin it from StreamYard. You gotta pin it from the YouTube.
Yeah, I went onto the YouTube on the phone. It wouldn't let me do it.
Let's see who this. They were balling. Yeah, they was balling out of control. Having free. Keep in mind, free retreat for ages 5 through 17 back during the spring 2024. She gave a whole free. And then so the gritters was supposed to be for the employees, but then they turned around and said that it was for something else. So that wasn't explained either thoroughly.
So they did have
Dollar. Yeah, sounds like you know exactly what you're talking. That's my son. Yeah, Dollar. Yeah, is my son, y'all. Where can we find the info you have? The info is in the document. I sent him the document that he have. He just sent it through an analyzer. What he say? Winnsboro is losing money right now. There is a 50,000 grant CWEF for water lines that expires February 28th. Winnsboro is disqualified because Alice is non-compliant. That's your tax money.
Wow. That's crazy.
Oh my, it's not funny because now that I'm thinking about it, you know, my prayers is going out to the 3 lives that was lost in the midst of this winter storm, you guys, because that winter storm hit them so hard and they wasn't prepared. And the preparation is everything when it comes to stuff like this. And I saw people, you know, when they were trying to take up for her, was saying, well, you know, she's only one person and she's doing everything that she can. And she didn't, just basically trying to deflect from accountability. It's one thing to, not know something is coming. We know when to come, right? It's another thing to have generators sitting behind a barn when you know they have been sitting there too. But then you saying, well, the other administration, they don't want, and they will be misuse of funds if I move them. That's what she said in the paragraph. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that paragraph up that she read that paragraph that she let me go to it. Let me read what she said, because she said that the reason why those generators did not get properly installed the way they should have is because the money that it should have that was allocated toward the sewer and not the water. But I can that document that those funds was cut. The sewer funds was cut. I got to go back and look at that. They were balanced before she took over under Mr. Dumas after 21 negative inquiries under her and Jackie Johnson term. Dumas fixed all that. I heard that. So again, we have questions, Ms. Wallace. Furthermore, what is with denying assistance to the elders in the community who needed help with water and sewer, but due to questionable reasons, denied, threatened help to some, but approved others? What?
Wow.
So can you hit the link and come up here and elaborate on that, please? Can you hit that link and hit that panel and explain to us what you mean? Because I do recall seeing something on Facebook where one of the people was saying their neighbor down the street, like they was on one side, their lights was on, and they left and said they was going to come back, but they didn't come back, and her lights on their street was cross her was still on, was still off. The neighbors was on, hers was off. It was like weird stuff was going on. Now, granted, I don't know how it is in Chicago, bro, but as far as how they operate like that. But here in Texas, when our grid went down in 2021, when we had that big storm, our grid went down, but it didn't stay down long. And what happened was they started to rotate, turning people's energy off to conserve like that. They would shut it off for a couple of hours, turn it back on like that. I'm just trying to understand why a lot of the infrastructure, even from the utilities and everything that was in that plan with that grant money from the C virus, from that funds, I think it was the LCDGB funds or something. Let me go to that. Hold on. Let me share my screen. I want to go. Let me go over here to this document right quick, bro. Hold on.
I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy, sis. I mean, I'm just thinking about it. Like, I know we have a big situation out here. We have never experienced nothing like that. Like when we had the bad storms come through, the longest our power was off, it was probably like 3 hours. So for to hear people going through stuff like that, and I'm just thinking about, if they're not helping them with their sewer, is their sewer getting backed up, which can cause health issues as well. So and that's for the elderly. So I'm just blown away from this story.
Okay, what they saying is that she said that in her statement today, and she tried to do damage control before my video. She said that the funds, the previous administrations, this is how she had started off, like, oh, God is good, thank God, and some in that form, right? And she was just like, the funds from the previous administration, they allocated those funds went to the sewer and supposed to went to the water, some excuse like that. I guess she thought that was going to justify. To me, that only made it worse. And the reason why I made that statement made it worse is because you've been in office how many years now? You can make an executive decision to do certain things. You made an executive decision to go with that free retreat and do that ice cream party thing, them griddles. You approved those things that was supposedly alleged, they say, went against the Constitution on some things, but you did it anyway. So why didn't you just go ahead and make sure that those generators prepare for the winter? Get prepared for the winter, make sure that the citizens of the town of Winnsboro always have electricity, always have water. That's your job. That's in the mayor's job description. That's part of your job, to make sure that the utilities are working properly in that town. So when you go and trying to point the finger at other people, that's where I can't get with that. I just can't. I can't get with that at all. What did it say? Oh, hold on. They say, where did she say, where did that $6.9 million go? Let me go back to that comment. What he say? He said, where is the $6.9 million in grants? Inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. You know where it is? We didn't get an explanation for it. That's what we're waiting for. Remember that when they asked for the management response letter regarding regarding how come she didn't put in place the proper person to handle the bank reconciliation, that do not handle cash, that do not handle the ledger. She didn't put those people in place. So this is why misuse of funds have been implemented. They trying to act like people stupid, dumb, and crazy, don't know no better. Whole time it's right in our face.
Uh-huh.
It's right in our face. I don't know who is taxpayer money being used to fund concerts. I want to have hope and reason. Instead, I have question on behalf of the vulnerable and overlooked in the community. Well, you know what? That document that I dropped that link in, click that document, and you can have that for your records. You guys, I'm going to encourage y'all after this live to read that doc. It's 112 pages, and it's a lot in there. It's a lot. And I'm gonna go. Let me share my screen and let's get to some more of it. Let's. I'm gonna give y'all a visual. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at it. Hold on. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it.
This is a prime example. Since this is a prime example of why you need to go to those town meetings. Them town hall meetings are very important.
Yep.
They're very important to go to. So in with situations like this, you can really know what's going on because they're gonna spill it. They're gonna spill it. Town councils, they get real messy up there. People don't realize it. They get messy up in the meetings. You just got to be there to see the show.
They just had an emergency one where actually the mayor and her, the husband was trying to follow another person out to when he was going to his truck, all because he was speaking on certain issues. They was trying to cut him off, and they didn't want him to speak. And the husband allegedly, they had to pull him, keep him from going out the door. People I was getting all kind of reports on the little emergency town meeting that they had yesterday. And poor Missy, they left her out the town meeting. They didn't tell her about it, allegedly. From what I heard, she didn't even know about it. So I'm talking about only probably a few knew about it. So this document here, as you can see, y'all can see, let me put it back up. Town of Winnsboro Investigative Audit Services. This was issued February 21st, 2024. Get them out the way. Let's scroll down. Louisiana Legislative Auditor. This now Mike J did this. I'm not even gonna mess up his last name, but he did this audit. And basically he kind of said some of the same thing that the other audit. I think he basically kind of piggyback off of that, because when I was reading it, I saw where it was in agreement of that. So let's start here. It says the Honorable Alice Wallace, Mayor, and the members of the Board of Aldermen, Winnsboro, Louisiana, said we are providing this report for your information and use. This investigative audit was performed in accordance with the Louisiana Revised Statutes 24 in 15.513. Now, to determine the validity of complaints we received. Now, the procedures were performed primarily consisted of making inquiries and examining selected financial records and other documents, and do not constitute an examination or review in accordance with generally accepted auditing or attestation standards. Consequently, we provide no opinion, attestation, or other form of assurance with respect to the information upon which our work was based. So the accompanying report, let me make that bigger. I'm trying to make it bigger so y'all can see. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. The accompanying report presents our findings and recommendations, as well as management's response. See, this is why that management response letter is so important. Don't let that go off y'all head, because the response is important. That is going to explain where the money went, but she can't never provide that. Allegedly, that can't never be provided when they ask for it. This is a public report. Okay, that's what it's saying. This is a public report. This is a public report. Here's the summary. Winnsboro Mayor Alice Wallace approved the purchase of $11,399 in outdoor griddles for town employees as an employee appreciation gift in November 22nd. Okay, so I read that already, but Mayor Wallace may have violated the state law and the state constitution is what it says. Let's keep going. Background and mythology. Let's keep going. Findings and recommendations. Winnsboro Mayor Alice Wallace approved. Okay, so we already said they approved the purchase. So then what was the outcome. The town's records show that there were purchases of gift cards, food, and other party-related items that were provided to employees as gifts. The town's policy manual does not address when an employee qualifies for a gift or the maximum value. Mayor Wallace told us the town's practice is to purchase gifts or gift cards for employee appreciation and food for employee birthdays and retirement. Mayor Wallace signed and submitted a requisition form to the town clerk on November 9, 2022 to purchase 57 griddles totaling $11,399, and that the griddles were purchased by the town using the town's debit card on November the 11th, 2022. And keep in mind, this is coming back to what they were saying, the misuse of the debit card. And keep in mind, the person who is supposed to handle the bank reconciliation is not a person of the government accounting experienced. So now what do that tell you right there?
Another bootleg position. It's crazy.
So the mayor told us the griddles were purchased for the town's employees as appreciation for the work since they did not receive overtime, for work performed for July. So Mayor Wallace also said she contacted the towns. So I think I read this page, independent auditor for advice prior to purchasing. However, the town auditor mailed her. What? Email her. She said he does not have. Wait a minute. He said that he does not have a problem with the person employee appreciation gift for the full-time employees, and that the authorization should come from the Board of Aldermen. He further stated that state law allowed merit awards to full-time. Y'all did read that one. Okay, let's keep going. Because this is, let me get this out the way. So, let's see, in December the 1st, 2022, email from Mr. Walker responded to a November 29, 2022 request from the town clerk for a written law in reference to employee appreciation. Mr. Walker's response cited a state law that requires a government body to adopt a plan to reward employees before granting any awards in states. So what he said, what I suggest is that communication be drafted indicating that the city's intent to purchase an award to employees, submit to council for approval. Okay, that's all. See, that's why I'm glad. I knew it was a reason why I wanted to come back to this document. Hold on, let me stop sharing my screen for a second and talk about that for a second. Hold on. So that's another thing. A lot of this stuff was not getting approved through the proper people that it was supposed to be getting approved through. Now, what? So that's another question. Then at this point, Ms. Wallace, why not? Why was that? I'm a Franklin son, legend, FYI. I made the superintendent's list every 6 weeks for years consecutively. Knowledge is my game. Okay, we should have had a new sewer plant by now. It was already in place under Dumas. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. The thing about that is the money that was allocated for that it went other places. I can't stress that. Allegedly, it went other places. The money went other places. It's in the documents where the money went. All y'all got to do is, I'm telling you, it's right there. It's right there. It's another section. Hold on. Let me scroll down because it's something else that I want to bring up. I definitely need to. I wanted to bring it up. I don't want to miss that because also, let's talk. I know what I want to talk about. When she got in office, there was also a discrepancy about how she got in office with them votes, right? Let's talk about them 12 votes. Okay. We about to talk. Oh yeah. And I'm like Charleston White. No, 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 homie, no. We about to talk about them 12 votes on how she even got in there in the first place. Because allegedly, now no one has, this is like history with that. No politician now has
Gotta
ever
be.
won by 12 votes. So to me, and I know what that says to me, but based off of that, bro, what do you think transpired on how those 12 votes came about?
Listen, I mean, it don't take a rocket science to figure that out. 12 votes. Come on, I need 12 more votes. Who have we heard that from? Somebody fighting for what was it? 20 votes or 12 votes? But we've
Yeah,
heard that before. Can y'all just give me 12 votes or can y'all just give me 20 votes? That's clearly something fishy going on. And if you don't look at it like we looking at it, you're gonna be lost. Because when you told me that, the first thing I came to my mind was it's gotta be a inside job. Gotta be. Because
exactly.
what is the odds if you winning by exactly 12 votes?
Well, not only that, let's think about that for a second because a recount was requested and the response never came about. So who
Oh,
dropped the ball on that? See, this is what I'm saying. It's a lot of balls got dropped. She ended up getting in and then get in there, and this is the outcome. But see, that's why the Most High don't like ugly. Winnsboro, some of y'all getting y'all karma for going running up there voting for her. And now y'all ain't got no license stuff. How's that working out? The same way we ran to the polls to vote for Obama, thinking that he was gonna help his people. How did that work out? I'm one of the ones. I ran my tail to the polls both terms to vote for him. And I was very disappointed. Because to me, I feel like he messed up some of the laws. One of them being included that one of the laws he changed was the survivor's check that the kids get. Like if something happened to your parent and you get that check till you turn to while you even in school, right? Well, Obama changed it to where as soon as you get 18, you don't get that check no more. You don't get it no more. It used to be as long as that child was, if you going to college, going to school, going to college up to 21, I think it was 21 or 24, they could get that check. So to me, out of all the things that you could have changed, why would you change that? When a child, they done lost their parent, and if they trying to go to school, why would you do that? So it's just all that for me. And now, all this is just a reminder of this is why when you go to the polls, you got to make sure you know who you're voting for.
yep. Look at that other
You got to do
comment.
your research.
Look at that comment. He said,
I was there that night celebrating with Doom was then. When the news came through, she had 12 more votes and they denied the recount.
wow,
Exactly.
that
Wow.
that is insane.
Wow.
That is
Wow.
insane. Like
Wow.
he was there. He was there with Dumas. They were celebrating because
Yes.
what is the chances of
Because he in his mind, what are the odds of someone putting 12 votes out there behind?
it was an all inside job with greed. It was greed.
Allegedly, I was told that some of them even went and voted twice.
What?
Allegedly, okay, and I'll use that term loosely. There were and trust me, I'm doing some more research on this vote count too, because I think that if this is found out to be true, that it was some miscounting of those votes, that's a whole nother problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I suggest coming up to the election in May, whoever is being put in, see, that's what y'all gonna have to watch, see who's being put in place to count these votes, who's being put in place to at the voting sites. Y'all better be paying attention. Y'all better be making sure that the votes are being properly counted the way they need to be counted. He said, why were there enough signatures for a recount? Let's talk about it. I don't think that They never responded. She said they never responded. Remember? They didn't respond to the recount. See, she said she was there. They denied the recount. Wow. I say Obama to get my vote. Yeah. Mail-in votes that didn't live here but used a Winnsboro address. Oh my goodness.
And this is where all of the election process come from.
Yep.
While we thinking in America, like, certain colors was thinking, oh, that's just a lie. Here it is right there in our face. This is clearly election fraud. Allegedly.
You know what?
I mean, but look at all the evidence. He was there. They were celebrating Dumas, and then the news came on, and mysteriously 12 votes,
12 votes came up.
and that's crazy.
That's wow.
Corruption
That's
at your
wow.
finest. Corruption at your finest.
Okay, now this is coming back to the people that in the recommendation in that audit, this is why they recommended that she put these people in place that had government experience. She's not doing that because why do you think? Why do you think she's not? Why do you think that she didn't even respond to putting someone in place that do not handle cash? Because I can't stress that enough. Do not handle cash and do not handle the ledger, things that she was supposed to be doing, but didn't respond. And then I saw the other document where the other auditor did the audit. So I'm wondering if that was changed on purpose too, so that they wouldn't have to respond to them and they could just go over here and get a new person to do the audit. But I thought that once they do it, you have to respond to them. There ain't no getting around that you can't how do I put it, go and hire another CPA in the middle of an audit or not respond to the other CPA while you lead them on red like that, and then go hire another one, somebody else, and then they do the same audit and tell you the same thing. Because both the documents are saying the same thing: the misuse of credit card, misuse of the funds. She's saying that the generators, allegedly, she said that if she moved them generators, that would have been a misuse of funds. This is what she said in her statement. And while I'm talking about this statement, let me pull it up and read the statement. Hold on. Go ahead, bro, while I'm pulling this up. Because let me make sure. Let's see.
I think this is a big story that's not getting the headlines it probably deserves. Because this is clear.
Oh, it's 500,000, not million. Okay, 500,000, not millions. When we was talking about the 500,000, here's 500,000, not millions. I wanted to correct that. Let me correct that. 500,000. That remark came up about 500. It said 500 million, but now it's 500,000. It's 500,000.
I mean, I just look at the whole fact she's trying to keep, bringing in new people to try to, get around that situation. They were trying to finesse it, but nobody was going for it.
So he said, look at the June 30, 2023 financial report. Look at the unrestricted net position. Is the negative. She is lying about the deficit. Okay, so again, this is my thing, y'all. Again, with that deficit, we need to know. Okay. Miss Wallace, I know you got your people watching. If you ain't watching, we need to know. Does the town of Winnsboro have a $4 million deficit or not? Or you just said that you were in the green because you're on that plan, the plan? Because if that's the case, it's going to put you in the green because you're on the payment plan for it or whatever. No, the payment plan was for the payback on the griddles. That's for the paper. That's what that payment plan was for, the griddles. But so what's the deficit? So how, this is what I'm saying. I'm getting all, I have one more document that I gotta share. Hold on. We're losing money. Go to the LDH water. grade porter. Winnsboro has a D grade. So we lose 50,000. Okay, yeah, 50,000 for water lines on February 28th because Alice is non-compliant. Stop the grills and fix the pipes. It's not funny though, because you ain't nine. Like, forget them grills. Them grills, I don't even know why she wasn't gonna purchase all them grills. You should have been worried. You worrying about the wrong thing. Her mind was totally on the priorities was just all in the wrong place. You know, that's the thing for me. It was the priorities all in the wrong place. The priorities just was all in the wrong place. You over here spending money on the unnecessary stuff when y'all got a whole, the infrastructure and all this. Hold on, let me go back to this other document because this is another findings that I found interesting when I pulled it up. Also, okay, so back to that bank reconciliation management response statement, the one that her and Julia Jackson signed. That's the one where in response she said that that they will ensure that a member of management who does not handle cash or post to ledgers or issue checks has reviewed the bank reconciliations for the monthly basis. So if she haven't done that, is that also maybe a reason why she's saying she's in the don't have a deficit?
Possibly.
Because I don't want to say too much, but
well, let me say allegedly, possibly, allegedly.
Yeah. Let me go back to this other document. Hold on. I'm trying to find this is one specific thing that I'm looking for. Oh, also, because again in the findings where she said that she agreed to pay the 50% from the misuse of the funds on the griddles or whatever. That is the money that I'm trying to see that she set up the payment plan for. That repayment. Did she pay?
I wonder how many payment plans is she actually on? That's the question.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is. And for the people, it was 3 people that lost their lives, and prayers are going out to the families of the 3 people that lost their lives. Man, listen, that's what's heartbreaking. However, I do want to applaud some of the people that was boots on the ground, that was out helping, elderlies. They was out taking them water, trying to take them food and, blankets and different stuff like that. They said that Missy did get out there and she was a big help. She did a lot. They said that Alice did get out also and do some of the things, which she should, because allegedly you're responsible. I guess what I'm looking for you to do, Alice, at this point is to just hold yourself accountable and say, you know what? I messed up, but here's what I plan to do to correct it. If you want to get reelected, I suggest you put together and implement a corrective action plan, put it in place that will rectify this. But I think you're a day late, dollar short, because the people want you gone. That's word on the curb. That they want you gone. They don't even want you to they say they're not voting for you, allegedly. They say they do not want you in office. Your time is up. Okay. Your time is up. You done went and hired Pookie in them, and you done messed up the church's money and their eyes. I'm trying to put a little humor there but it's not funny, y'all. It's sad. It's sad.
We got another comment, sis. We got another comment.
Let's say, vote for my sister in Christ, Missy Lynch, and we'll get our town back. God bless you. Most definitely. And I know Missy, I know her, I know her family, I know her, I love Missy. I support Missy's a businesswoman, just like a lot of a few people that are down there business, my friend. But she's, to me, I'm gonna tell you, Missy put me in the mind of, like, she's not a politician, so she's a business person. That's how I look at Trump. Trump is not a politician, he's a business person. A lot of people don't like him, and just like a lot of people don't like Missy for what she stands for. But you know what? I'd rather have some good quality people behind me, experienced in the government, and because I'm pretty sure if she get in office, or whoever get in office, it was going to make sure that they have the proper people in place, and they are going to be hiring Poopy in them. See, I can definitely see someone else getting in office and making sure of that. However, whoever, because I was told it was other candidates running as well. So whoever, they saying they just don't want Alice back in. They said they just don't want her back in. They don't care who get in office as long as it's not her. That's what the people saying. Because when you look at it, you really can't blame them, because we're talking about no water and no electricity for days. Now, it's like I said, I've heard of it's either one or the other, but both of them. That's no water for days. Do you know, man? Listen, I feel real bad for them people. I really do.
That's insane.
I feel bad.
No water and no electricity. I mean, that's how bad can it get? That's it right there.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. I want to go back to this document, man. It's something. It's a specific one I'm looking. It's something specific that I was looking for, and it's in that document too. Oh, okay. So also, the OPEB liability balance was at $4 million. It was at for over $4 million. That was back in June 30th of 2023. That's on page 81 of the financial statements. Hold on, let me go over there to that. Let me see something. Go to page 81 right quick, and then I'm gonna share my screen. Let me see what that page talking about again, about that $4 million. This is what I'm saying. Is Winnsboro in the deficit or not, Alice? Inquiring minds want to know, because you're saying that there's no deficit now, but where's the proof in that? Because from what I see, the deficit is still there. You just set up on some type of plan. It's still there. It haven't gone anywhere. It's still there. Yeah, from what I gather, it's still there. Yeah. The auditor found 11,000 in gritters, but they can't see the rest because she's non-compliant on her 2024 audit. What other grants are being hidden if you are non-compliant?
Wow.
Well, the one reason why a lot of stuff allegedly is being hidden, again, because you got Pookie and them in place. You got people that are not experienced in these positions. That's why, allegedly. Okay, and I'm gonna use that term loosely, but the facts is all this is black and white, y'all. This is black and white. We cannot make this up. Nobody's up here lying. Ain't nobody here, again, we're not here to bash her or anything. People just want answers to these questions that she have not been able to answer. She have failed to do that. Each time she's being audited, she's finding it's like some type of loophole being found where it's getting out of that and not responding and leaving this person on red. And it's just like, wait, what? Like, what's going on? It's crazy, bro. But what they say about the 12 vote, a 12 vote victory and 11,000 illegal spending spree. The math looks like ball votes. Did the taxpayers fund your re-election through morale gifts? Oh, wow. The people of Winnsboro are blind. Oh wow. Well, but see, and this is another thing, again, the reason why I wanted to do this live is because everybody don't know these things. Everybody don't have access to go online and be pertinent to this information. Everybody don't have, some people don't know how to find it. That's why I wanted to put it in y'all face so that y'all can go and find it yourself. You can see everything. It's right there. It's public information. Reading is fundamental. I promise it is. I promise it is. All you have to do is research the same way you need to research when you go into that poll in May and the candidates that y'all need to be voting for. But again, from what I gather, and even the poll that I put up, I asked, do y'all think that Alice Wallace should be reelected? And what was the outcome in the poll yesterday? 90-some% said no. When I last looked over here, when I reposted the poll again, before I hit that live button, it said 100% said no. Nobody said yes. So this is what I'm saying, Alice. It's not looking good for the home team. It ain't looking good for the home team. You better, the only way you can redeem yourself on this one. And that long paragraph, that's what I wanted to get back to too, bro. What she said.
Long paragraph, yeah.
Yep, what she said in her paragraph, because I'm definitely I'm finna read that to y'all, what she said. Hold on, let me get to it. Go ahead, bro. Talk while I'm looking for this.
I mean, it just in 2026 to hear about something like this going on, it's insane. And I mean, just with the deaths, I mean, I know she got to feel horrible because
I'm pretty sure she should, and this is coming back to holding yourself accountable. But from this paragraph, it's kind of like giving out narcissistic behavior, and that's where I find it very that was very inappropriate. You might as well have not said nothing. I'd rather the statement not even came out versus the statement that was put out, because that to me kind of made it worse.
It seems like what's going on now with the circus right now.
Yeah,
everybody is arguing amongst the president's top cabinet. I mean, well, we've been hearing rumors for a long time that everybody didn't get along. But that's what it seems like when you just said that narcissist behavior is a prime example. If you're not gonna say something that's gonna make the people feel a little comfortable, don't say nothing at all. And this is what she did
she pointed the finger instead. She pointed the finger at the previous administration instead of holding herself accountable. But there's too much like right to hold yourself accountable when she failed to realize she would gain so many more supporters if she had played the sympathy role. She had came out and said, you know what, it's my bad, y'all. I dropped the ball. I'm so sorry. Make a public announcement, holding yourself accountable where you dropped the ball at, and do better. Fix it.
But like you said, it's called accountability, and some people
called accountability. That's where she dropped the ball at. But now it's too late because the people like, no, we don't want her back now. There's nothing she can do to come back from this. So let me read what she said from Mayor Wallace. She says, sometimes you just have to sit back and let God fight your battles. Okay. She said, read the article to the end. To sum it up, the 2 generators were purchased in the prior administration and allocated to the sewer plant. She said all the present council minus Jordan and Singleton were the ones who voted to get this equipment allocated to the sewer plant in the last administration. Again, pointing the finger. Moving this equipment to the water wells prior to the storm and activating it without a declared emergency at that site would have been misuse of state-funded equipment. So see how she did that, y'all? Did y'all clock that? How she tried to clean that up. Whole time there's still an executive decision that could have been made by you the same way again that you made those executive decisions when you got them gift cards when they weren't approved. when you swipe that card, that wasn't approved. When you was doing that, they said that wasn't approved. They was trying to get you to explain that. You didn't explain that, but you gave this whole paragraph over here though. But let's keep on though. Moving this to clear this off, she said that okay, it would be misuse of funds. Okay, this would have meant I was breaking the law. You already did according to the audit.
Oh, she telling on herself now.
That's why I said she was better off not saying nothing.
Yeah, I mean, she just that's the elephant in the room. I'm not breaking the law. Well, we looking at it now. You are breaking the law, allegedly.
Yeah, especially if an emergency had happened at the sewer plant. Once we were advised that both power sources, Entergy and NEPO, were not working, and the one generator that was out, there would not sustain both power sources. This made it an emergency at the specific area. This has never happened before. At that time, we got the equipment out there and called for the electricians who do work on our plant to wire it up. Of course, we had to tell these same council members that they were the ones who voted to allocate it to sewer, not water. What was the purpose of you saying that? What? She said, of course, we had to tell these same council members that they were the ones who voted to allocate it to the sewer. If that ain't some narcissistic behavior, I don't know what is. Wow. She said they agreed in the end to go on and purchase 2 for the water plant. In our next grant cycle, she said, I'm not perfect, but I do know that me breaking this law would have been exactly what some may have wanted. Well, girl, hold on. Now it's going to make me mad. Let me go back to this document. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen. Because now, see, it's all there for me. That's what's going to make me mad right there. Because you sitting up here deflecting and pointing the finger. Yeah. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Because this is what we not finna do. This is what we not finna do. Share my screen, man. It's crazy. Yeah, so she's pointing the finger at the last administration. Basically, the whole paragraph was pointing the finger at the last administration. She said she's not perfect. Well, if instead all you have to do is say, I hold myself accountable. Not that I'm not perfect. No, I hold myself accountable for dropping the ball. What about that? Go back over here. Let's get back over here. The town was not in compliance with the state's constitution when you did this right here. So when you say in there that you would be breaking the law, so you pick and choose which law to break? Huh? Miss Wallace? You have selective choices of the things that you approve? Huh? Because that's what it's looking like. This. You chose to break the law. You chose to break the law for some gritters, some ice cream. Let me stop sharing my screen because now I'm going to go in. All right. You stopped. You stopped breaking the law at the generators, but you broke the law with the gift cards, the ice cream, the griddles, the allegedly all that. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, Miss Alice. Is that what you're saying? She said this incident has never occurred. at our wells before, so no fingers are being pointed. What? She said no fingers are being pointed. You just pointed at the previous administration this whole paragraph. What are we talking about?
Delusional.
Oh my God, she is delusional. They're just lessons that are being learned. What? So at the price of 3, tell that to the 3 people, families that gotta do funeral services for their people. Are you serious right now? Man, she about to flame me up. I'm about to get flamed up over here. Thank you, Marcy, for an accurate and truthful article. And thanks to Mr. Dunn for the meeting. Let's keep moving forward. That was her statement, y'all. That was her statement. That was her statement. What you make of that statement, bro?
Y'all gonna get over it and go ahead with the program. That's what she's saying. We're gonna move forward. She's taking that. She's taking that control over saying, "Hey, I'm still running the show. I'm sorry that the situation happened or whatever, but we learning." You know, it's like you said, she's making up every excuse besides having accountability. As being a leader,
it's being a leader.
It's very important to just stand up to the situation. And like you said, she could have worked with the whole sympathy. You know,
yeah.
PR, you know, the sympathy PR.
Yeah, exactly. She needs some people. That's why she don't have the right people on the team. That's why I said, see, y'all need a PR. Y'all need a PR running that camp for the right price. I'll be your PR. I'll show you how it's supposed to go, because and whoever's on a team, this here article that she put out, it was supposed to be damage control. Her PR team, they should have took her phone and threw it in the trash. Threw the whole phone away and told her, you better not post that.
You know why? Because like you said,
told her not to post that.
You know why it's Pookie. She got Pookie in them on the situation. That's what the problem is. She has no real professionals on her team as far as everything. Everything. It was inside, and clearly we can see the repercussions of doing it and not hiring the proper authority.
Exactly.
So this is the outcome.
This is the outcome.
3 lives have been lost.
3 lives. Those people, they can't get their family member, their loved ones back, y'all. And this is why they want her out. That was like the final straw. Like, you can't bring them people back. What you gonna tell them people? Oh, I spent the money on the griddles and the ice cream and the retreats and but I ain't want to lose my job behind getting them generators, because that was breaking the law.
Wow, and that's what they need to really look into. We need to ask these employees who actually receive a gift. Because from what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling, that could have been a scam going on too. Claiming that she gave it to them employees need to be interviewed. They need to be interviewed, because that's how they're gonna find out what's really is going on with this situation. I mean, it's just insane. This story should be bigger than what it is. That's what I'm telling you. This story should be all on the news platter.
It's gonna be, bro. I'm telling you, know why it's gonna be? Because I've already contacted some people that from the Federal Bureau of Investigations. I've contacted Nick Shipley and his people, and Poe Nick. I feel so bad for him, because he's so busy and he got so much going on with the Minnesota, exposing the frauds and stuff going on with the Minnesota. However, that's what I was telling you earlier too, bro. All that is going on in all our states. And now we got stuff like this is going on in the small towns, with funds being misused and people are pointing the finger at the previous administration, throwing the rock and hiding their hand is what's going on, trying to do damage control and being a narcissistic person at the same time. And then we got these documents right here in our face of the audit that took place, and no responses, no proper responses that took place on behalf of where this money went. And then she's going around saying that we're not in a deficit. We're not in the deficit. We're in the green. That's what they're saying. They're saying that she's saying that there is no $4 million deficit. She said there is no $4 million deficit. She keeps saying that. So we need answers. The people want answers. People want answers. See, if they were for sewage, show us the asset allocation law. You can't because you're non-compliant. Agency ID 2337. You're making up excuses for leaving our life-saving equipment in the dirt.
Them real receipts right there.
Yeah. See what else? They moved the records and closed down the FYA sites for your parish. You guys don't have access to it anymore. I already checked. We talked about that a couple of days too, because but I was told also, and then did some research, that some of the stuff was like manually done, but I also saw where they are working out of some type of portal. But here's the thing, because if you got Pookie in them in place, there's always going to be user error. Because Pookie and them don't know what they're doing. So you're going to have errors and miss things not done properly because you don't have the government accountant expertise. That is what was recommended in the audit. And she bypassed that. She didn't put that person in place to handle it on a monthly basis. It's still not. And if it is, Ms. Wallace, prove me wrong. Send you one of your minions over here and explain. But you can't. Now you're over there scrambling and stuff because you thought that this was going to be just enough and leave it alone. And it is what it is with that paragraph, while pointing the finger at the previous administration. And then in the same sentence, I'm not perfect. Of course you're not, because you already had also agreed to pay back 50% of the misuse funds. That ain't happened either. Or did you? Which is it? Did you? Are you on a payment plan with that? The 50% that you agreed to pay. You did. It's in the documents. You can't deny none of this. It's in the it's in the audit. Public report. It's in there. Man, listen. The way I see it, Winnsboro have a few choices here. When y'all get ready to go to them polls in May to vote, I suggest you all do your thorough research before going to those polls. The candidate you guys have in place, Missy, and the other candidate, I don't know if it's been announced yet. I don't want to step the gun and say anything, announcing anything. If it's not been announced, I'll let them do it. But anyway, again, as long the people are saying, as long as Alice Wallace is not back in there, they're not voting for her. They don't care who get in office. So if whoever that person is can lead by example. I'm gonna tell you what I recommend to whoever take this position next. I suggest that you all go through this audit report and put together your own corrective action plan to show what you plan to do for yourself, to keep for your known notes and say, okay, I'm going to do this. Because one thing I feel like nobody has done this yet. Somebody need to tear them raggedy. I almost cursed. Oh, Father. Somebody need to tear them raggedy projects down and rebuild those. One thing about the city and stuff out here, we don't have old projects around here. They've been torn down and rebuilt them. They look like townhomes. Our projects don't look like projects around here. They look like townhomes. So I suggest whomever get in office, relocate them people in the projects and tear that raggedy stuff down. Put them people in some better stuff. The flooding in those projects is horrible. Okay, so I got the green light. Let me go ahead and say Albert Lawrence is also in the running for mayor. I got the green light. I got the green light. I'm saying it. Albert Lawrence is also running. So now let me tell you guys a little bit about again, whoever get in office. These are some of the things that y'all need to look at. I've already spoke to a few people and I was like, you know what? Projects needs to go. The raw roads around there, the infrastructure need to be replaced with some solid, smooth pavement. Okay. Tearing up people's cars around there. People buying new cars and stuff, you know, messing up their cars on that raw road, bumpy, raw, raggedy road. Okay. Do something about that. It's a lot. Them parks, y'all ain't put a handlebar on them new. No, not a new handlebar around that mug. Y'all got money for them parks. The equipment around there still looking the same. Since I was a little girl, I'm 56 years old. And the same stuff there. So wait a minute now. Clock that. Why none of this stuff ain't never been updated? The whole town, they need to a lot of stuff need to be upgraded right now. They need to do a whole upgrade. And I see new development coming. The next person getting in office needs to make sure that new development take place around there, because when people go into that town of Winnsboro, it shouldn't even be recognizable. All that old stuff should be gone. Gone. All them old buildings, all them old houses are gone. Because if I was the mayor, baby, when people came to Winnsboro, they'd be like, oh my goodness, this look like the city or something around here. They got new, I'm talking about everything big. Everything will be big. We doing it. We would do everything big and making sure that the people are involved in everything too. But see, vote for a candidate who has a plan for jobs, exactly, housing, infrastructure, community, and transparent accountability. That right there. That right there. Vote
well said.
Well said. A plan for jobs. How are you going to be able to put jobs into the city, bring more jobs to Winnsboro? By building more infrastructure. That's how. Create more communities. Create more, building more mall strip. They need to build a mall down there. That's another thing. They have to drive way to Monroe to the mall, 30 miles to go to the mall type stuff. A big mall anyway. Why don't Winnsboro have their own mall? It's a lot. It's just a lot that needs to take place for the town, but the start of it is to make sure that this never happens again. That happened with this water and the lights going off like that. The next person getting office need to implement that. What you think, bro?
I totally agree. You got me. Listen, when you in this live, I'm gonna take me a virtual tour out there, because the description you just described is something that you don't see quite often anymore. Because I know, like you said, the housing, we still got, like, some houses out here in Chicago, but most of the old ones were tore down and turned into townhomes, like you said. I mean, I think it's just horrible. Like, just take advantage of a city like that and just do your people so dirty. And the thing about it that gets to me is it be your own people. It be your own people.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to play that video, but see, that video, it wouldn't play for whatever reason. I couldn't get it to play. But in the video, she was just saying, I just want to make an example, set an example for the younger, girls that are watching me and say, hey, I can do that too. So I think it was awesome. The town was actually, very proud that she had gotten elected. But at the same time, you had another side that was with knowing that she shouldn't have been there with them 12 votes. Because we're not going to bypass that. Allegedly, the 12 votes. So if we go back, if she hadn't got those 12 votes, would you guys have been in a situation with no water and no electricity if Dumas was in office? Because in the history of Winnsboro, I've never heard of their water and lights being off during a storm. I've never heard of that. So it is new.
I mean, that's a big deal. That's a big
That's
deal.
a very big deal. It's a very big deal. Oh, look, I wanted to read this comment. Well, check the seats. Alice didn't hire experts. She hired her circle. The audit trail is gone and we are non-compliant today. When everyone in the room owes the mayor their job, where is your help? Right? Because everybody's going to be a yes man.
Yep.
Everybody's going to be a yes man. At that point, nobody's going to want to challenge her in nothing because they don't want to lose their job.
Yeah, I mean they looking they working for the mayor. That's big stuff. That's big stuff anywhere to be working for the mayor in any city. So like you said, their loyalty was with her, and we see what was going on. Trips, vacations, I mean, all type of stuff. I mean, you got to understand too. A lot of people, say they can handle when they come across big money, but a lot of folks can't.
Exactly. See this now you on to what my next thing with that, because when she got in office, I don't think she even realized that there was a almost $4 million deficit, because the document in there, it says it was 3 million something, but it increased by 1 point something million when she got in there. Okay, that's in the document as well. The deficit increased by 1 million when she got in there. So
just swiping.
What's this thing, that song about swiping the card? You just swipe. I just want you to swipe the black card.
Oh yeah, because that was what's going on.
Swipe. You get a griddle. You get a griddle. You get a griddle.
And you know what? And you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, since it was the inner circle, it was her own folks. I guarantee you, they all had access to that money.
Allegedly,
yeah, absolutely, allegedly.
You know what?
Because that's like you said, the deficit went up that much.
1 point. Yeah, it's in the document. Let me see if I can go find it real quick. Where it's in there. It's in the document that deficit had increased by $1 point some million since she had been in office. And that was her whole thing, because she said that the deficit is not there no more. She said she quit that. Yeah.
And that was another thing. Why would she agree to a payment plan if she did nothing wrong?
That's the same thing. That's just coming right here. Why pay back 50% if you're innocent? Repayment equal confession. She's personally liable for violating Louisiana R.S.42. That's that. Yeah. Where's the other 50%, Mayor? That's the question. Where is it? That's what crime minds want to know. But she didn't provide their response, the management response letter. Remember?
Yep.
When they asked her about the misuse of the court, because what she was supposed, I can't get out. What she was supposed to have done was replace the people with the proper government accounting experience to handle the bank reconciliation side of it. And keep in mind, y'all remember, she didn't do that either. That didn't happen either. And since that didn't happen, then what I'm looking at is money was going in there. A lot of folks' hands say, look like money was going through allegedly, because you know we got 2 signatures on that on the audit. Don't forget the clerk on there too, Miss Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Who? I am for real. Miss Jackson. Yeah. Miss Jackson on that too. Allegedly, I've heard some things in previous. She's been a clerk for a while too. And they've said they allegedly some things have been misuse of funds in her hands as well. But that hasn't, I didn't, you know, I'm not going to get into that. This the topic, you know, at hand is the mayor, but that is the county clerk, the court clerk. So let that sink in for a second.
I've been peeped that when I seen the clerk signature.
Oh, Miss Jackson. Who?
And you know the clerk can make some things happen, allegedly.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. The best leaders hire the best advisors. Exactly. Even those smarter, more experienced than them. Exactly, because at the end of the day, you're never too old to learn more. Anybody can still teach you things that you may have thought you know. You can enhance your expertise in that field, in that area, or whatever. Where you may lack in, someone else may be a stronger point for them. You know. See, all to do what is best for the people they serve rather than their image. Our taxes paid their salaries. Exactly. And that's another thing, because you know, I feel like a lot of them, and this is going back to a lot of the people run just for the title and the check. That's it. They're not really concerned about the people. A lot of people that they're not concerned. So that's why y'all know what to do when y'all go vote in May. Y'all know exactly what y'all got to do. Y'all have 2 options: Missy or Erbert Lawrence. Because at the end of the day, I've already said that people saying that they're not re-electing Alice. They said she might as well drop out, because they said I'm like, she can't drop out. She already there. They told me she might as well to time. We not this is what the people saying now. This is what the people saying. They said no, but it was a lot. That audit brought out. And here's the thing, y'all. We're not gonna bypass that. These concerns, when every time the concerns are being raised and a complaint come forth, something happens to where the explanation never gets to them. Let's not forget that. We can't never get an explanation. We can't get that management response letter properly explaining it. And again, the changing of the CPAs, that's looking a little weird. Why y'all keep changing the CPAs like that? Mike handling it, now the other people handling it. And like, what's that about? What, you know, is it a situation where something is somebody trying to hide something right there, allegedly? Like, I'm lost with that too. What you think, bro?
I just feel like, you know, I'm just surprised no one's in jail. That's all I'm saying. Allegedly.
Well, yeah, I tell you what, hey, when the thorough investigation starts to take place, you don't know. You can't rule it out at this point, because that money needs to be accounted for, and it can't right now.
You know, this story is giving me that situation. Remember in Detroit when that mayor, all the money was gone, they couldn't do nothing to the program. They sent him to jail.
Oh, so they're saying take it out of subscribers only mode and let everybody comment. I already dropped the link to prove the deficit still exists. And okay, wait, 1, 2. Okay. Okay. Let me see something. Let's see what they say. Oh, yeah, vote wisely, fam. Exactly. Vote wisely. Okay, let me go back because I think I missed something. Okay, yeah, I got that. Okay, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss nobody comment. We'll just say Wallace what? Wallace is begging for grants you can't get because you're non-compliant. Lawrence already spent $1 million fixing what you ignored. Who is the real leader? They said, yeah, I've heard people say that Lawrence, Albert Lawrence has put a lot in the community, even when she first got in office. So, yeah. And what he planned, I've already also heard that he already has some redevelopment going on in Winnsboro.
Wow.
Albert Lawrence already have some new development going on to build up the community. He's working on a project right now. I do know also, just like Missy, Albert is a businessman as well. So he do have that entrepreneurship mindset. He's not a politician either. He's a businessman, right? So yeah. Somebody just texted me and said, you know what, he do got downtown looking good. That's with the bistro in the strip. Yeah. Y'all go check that out. Yeah. Somebody said, let's see, let's do a brief. Okay. I'm just reading some other stuff that was sent to me in my DM and stuff too on Facebook. Because a lot of people, and that's another thing, here's people, the town of Winnsboro, they be so afraid to speak up because they don't know what these people might try to come for them. So a lot of people they be afraid to even speak up on certain issues and matters, and that's why it's also good to have these types of shows so that everybody can feel free. Don't be afraid to address your concerns. And these are a great questions that being asked that just want answers to. Just want the answers to them. Alice lost 1.9 million on the town books. Albert Lawrence put 1 million into our downtown. One is a builder, the other is a spender. Oh, yeah. She over there spend it and get it right back. Spend that check and get it right back. It's funny, but it's not funny, y'all, because again, I can't stress the part where these people have lost their lives, all because somebody dropped the ball. You can't get them people lives back because somebody dropped the ball. What you gonna go tell them people? You gonna pay for them their family members' funeral? Help them pay their funeral expenses? And anytime anyone does speak up, she blocks you from. That's what she did to me. So I know you ain't lying. She blocked me the first time I did the show on Winnsboro about the little boy inappropriately touching the kids up at the daycare and at Baskin Elementary School. And that's why I'm gonna get back on that too. I still got man, listen. She blocked me on that. Said that she had nothing to do with that. That you to call the police. Girl, you still responsible again for certain things that you don't feel it in your heart to say, you know what, wait, let me put somebody in place to look at this at the school with the kids. You got mad and blocked me. Yeah, she blocked me because I was saying, saying what's right. And then the same thing, they didn't want me to go live tonight and talk about this. They did not want me to go live. That's why I got all these threats. And speaking of, let's talk about that. Sending people to watch my page, spy my page, Heather Wallace, all in my story. No, I don't deal with her. I took her to court when I was living there for stealing my wallet off the top of my car when I was walking in my house to take my groceries. She walking down the street, walked in my yard and got my shit off my goddamn car. I took her ass to court. They said, well, Miss Lawrence, you didn't actually see her get it. I know for a fact she did, though. It's one of those situations where the court, you gotta see it. I couldn't tell them that I watched her do it, but I damn sure know she did it. She was the only motherfucker walking by when I was putting the groceries and taking them in the house and set my wallet on top of my goddamn car.
That's
so
crazy.
The fruit don't fall far from the tree. Is all I'm saying. Fruit don't fall far from the tree while you send it. Heather was known for that. I exposed her even when I took her to court. In the court, I had brought up documents when she was living in Atlanta with the hot checks. Yeah, we ain't finna go there. I could go there. Then she left Atlanta and moved back to Louisiana. That's Alice's cousin, Heather Wallace. She was all in my story, right? So again, sending people to come for me and allegedly, I'm gonna use that term loosely. And also at the same time, I'm getting threats from somebody talking about what they're gonna do to me. Like, I don't take threats too highly. I don't take them. I take them very serious, and so I have to act accordingly. So my next move had to be the best move. Okay. She blocked me, my co-workers, and my grandma. Like, dang. Wow. So basically, anytime someone goes to try to speak out, she's blocking them. She's blocking them. What you think, bro? We're going to get ready, and I'm going to get ready to wrap it up. We've been on here 2 hours.
Oh, Lord, I didn't realize it was that long. Well, when you got the information dropping like that, man, this is crazy. I mean, this is crazy. Like I said, we got to stay tuned to this because the evidence going to prove itself out because they really heavy on election fraud. They own a lot. They heavy. Like, that's a big agenda from the White House right now. Cracking down on this fraud. This is a big thing right now. This fraud is a big thing. It's not just in Minnesota. It's all over.
It's all over. It's all over, y'all. Taxpayer dollars being spent, misused, mishandled.
And I did that story on Brett Favre years ago. I did that story on Brett Favre years ago. Now they actually talking about it.
See,
they actually talking about the fraud that he had going on with the welfare fraud and all that when Mississippi was going through a crisis situation.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is a big deal. Not only to mention, not even out here in Chicago in the suburbs in Dalton. Look at this mayor.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
She was corrupted. I mean,
I saw that.
She was really corrupted. I mean, I tell you, when I went to court one time with my nephew out in Dalton, just to hear the tickets that people be fined for was just insane. I said, hey, wait a minute, something's not right about this. I mean, people getting tickets for their cars. Say you go out of town and your car's in front of your property. They was taxing people, fining people for leaving your own car in front of your house.
They do that in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio. When we went to film the series, the Airbnb that we stayed in, that we shot the filmed it in, we couldn't park. Nobody could park in front of the Airbnb. You have to park like either in the back or down the street. Like they had where they would put a ticket on there, and I found that weird. Like, you can't park in the front of your own house.
Yeah, I mean that was insane, and so I'm saying, by we hearing this story right here, it's a big deal, and I'm surprised it's not all out there yet, because this is a big deal,
bro. So JB Martinez said during her campaign, she had people walking the streets and placing campaign material in mailboxes, not USPS employees, not stamped. Oh, wow. Now that's against the law.
That is absolutely against the law. That's a felony.
So that's what, see, wait
That's
a
a
minute.
felony right there.
See, this
Tampering
is what
people
I'm talking
mailboxes is
about.
felony.
This is coming back to that selective choices of breaking the law.
Uh-huh.
You want to break the law when it's convenient for you, allegedly. But when it's not convenient for you, oh, I ain't breaking that law. No, y'all got me messed up. No, I'm not gonna mess with them generators. I'm not losing my job behind no generators. I don't care what they say. I'm not losing my job behind them generators. I'm not finna move them generators. Y'all think I'm finna get it by. I'm not doing it. But go ahead and you get a griddle. You get a griddle, and then you get a griddle, and then I need mothers and daughters from age 5 to 17. Let's go ahead on this retreat. It's free. Don't worry about it. No charge. Absolutely free. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Man.
That retreat sound real suspect if you ask me.
Very.
Somebody going through problems
really
at home.
suspect, let me really break this down. What I saw, it was the people that she tagged when she posted it. Couple folks that she tagged was some of her people. I saw few names on there. Oh yeah, no. Oh, and also I saw where Tita Coleman running for council. Her councilman. I know Tita. Man, me and Tita go back like 4 flats on a Cadillac. I've been knowing Tita since we were little girls when her parents Lucille and James and live in Dallas. So I know she's running for council person. But however, I found out that she's also Alice's best friend. I won't get into much of that. I don't have too much to say on that. I'm gonna leave that right there and let you do what you made with that. Let's see. I just got a message here. Let's see. My town, the only one look like. Oh, there's somebody said they travel around the world in their town, and this the only town that looked the same since 1968. Everything looked like it's still in 1968. That's what they just sent me. Oh my goodness! Say the town still look old and run down, but I'm telling you, them especially them old bro. I wish you could see them projects, them old projects. When it rains, it floods because they don't have the proper drainage around there. So if it forbid it rains some days around there, the projects is be flooded. Them projects is well over 50 some years. I know, and from what I got even before then. So why nobody has even thought about trying to tear things down and redo them? Place some people somewhere until y'all rebuild them and put them back into some brand new spanking stuff. Yeah. So with that being said, hold on. I still got midnight water shutoffs. This is why we are ranked. Let's see, 306 out of 313. Alice is literally drying up the town while our generators rot in the mud. Fix the pipes. Yeah, man. All right, bro. Let's wrap it up, bro. What you got last minutes on this? We're gonna wrap this up. Anybody before I wrap it up, because again, I wanted to make sure everybody was heard. This is like y'all town hall meeting right here. Y'all voices don't be afraid to ask the questions that you want to know, because the main questions have already been asked. Now we don't put it out there for her. We don't put it out there. The next thing is for her to respond. But of course, she's not going to do that because the auditor couldn't even get a response out of her. So she sure is not going to respond to y'all. She ain't going to respond to y'all. That's too much like right. She's not going to, she's going to keep pointing the finger. She said people harassing her. I heard she said, oh, so people going to be getting arrested for harassing. Nobody's harassing you, sweetie. Nobody has picked up the phone, calling. No, who's getting harassed is me. I'm the one getting the threats on live while people at these jobs. Nobody's calling you. Nobody emailing you over there. I know I haven't. After you blocked me the first time, I have not been to none of your, I can't go to none of your page. So who's harassing you? And define her, let's define harassment real quick here. What's your definition of harassment, bro? What do harassment look like for you?
Harassment for me look like somebody constantly sending threats, bothering you, stalking you, trying to pay attention to what you got going on your page. You know, people realize, they forget that we can see who still watch our page, even if you don't follow us, especially if you watch our story. So I just feel like at this point, the best thing she could do would take your advice is do a sympathy PR.
I'm telling you, that's the only, bro. When I tell you, she don't know how. If she had a good PR team, ain't no way she would have dropped this paragraph. Her PR team would have been all over her and told, "Man, you bet do not." They would have implemented, put in place a proper speech for her to say, and in that speech, it would have been holding herself accountable, playing the sympathy card to gain back the voters. You lost them with that paragraph. If you had any chance to gain your voters back, to re-elect you back in office, that was your chance, but you blew it. You blew that opportunity with that paragraph by being having narcissistic behavior with their response by pointing the finger at the previous administration.
Absolutely.
That's what you did. That's not being a leader. That's not being a leader, Miss Wallace. And as you can see, nobody disrespected you over here. Nobody bashed you over here. We only asked questions that people want to know. That's what this whole live was about. The questions, the concern, the money. I had to expose it. It was time. It was overdue. I just been sitting back, keeping a lot of information, waiting. But this is just part one. Because I have some other things that I'm behind the scene that we're working on to help get these things put in place and help these people on the back end. So again, if you are out there and you see an elderly person and they need some help or assistance, by all means help them people. And even not just elderly, everybody at this point need to be helped. I heard some of them still don't have light and water. Some of them back on, some of them not. And that's why a lot of them probably can't watch it because they ain't got no lights. That's another thing. So, see, the only beautification and updates have been initiated by the Winnsboro Main Street organization, and to a point, they have to work at the mercy of the mayor, who does not want any part in it. Wow.
That tell you all you need to know right there.
The character, man. This shows her. Well, I saw the character when she was selective on breaking the law. That's the character for me. You know, if you're going to break the law, and let it help the people. No, you broke the law to celebrate.
And cripple the people.
And cripple the people. And cause some fatalities. We're not going to bypass them 3 people that passed. We are not going to do that. We're not going to bypass it. 3 people lost their lives, y'all. Asking questions and exposing facts that typically get one blocked. Yeah. If you don't want it to be brought to this, respond the correct way. Absolutely. And I'm going to sit there right there. I'm going to sit there right there. If you don't want us to bring this to your attention, respond the correct way. All you had to do was respond to that audit When they asked you to respond the correct way with that management response letter, they asked you to respond. You didn't. They told you to put the right people in office to handle that bank reconciliations on a monthly basis. They told you to do these things. People that don't handle the cash and checks and ledger and all that. They told you to do that. But not nobody's come forward and they said you ain't did that. That's what the audit said. You ain't did that. So yeah, y'all. On that note, I want to wrap this up. I want to say thank you guys for joining the channel and you know, raising your concerns, your questions, just wanting answers for the community. You have loved ones there, you live there. Like myself, I have loved ones there that went without water and went without electricity as well. So the next, I don't want to hear nobody hollering about, well, you don't live down here. I have loved ones down there. And that's still my business then. My loved ones is there. Okay.
Absolutely.
And I want what's best for mine. Okay. And I want what's best for everybody. But at the same time, it's coming back to some of y'all that ran y'all tail and voted for her. And whoever them extra 12 people was, shame on y'all. Shame on the other 12, them 12 people that was called. Shame on y'all. Y'all have, thank them. Thank them 12 people. Yeah. Thank the 12 people, because had that not taken place, we wouldn't be having this conversation, because they wouldn't have went without water and they wouldn't have went without electricity. How about that? Clock it. That's what the lady said. She said when Dooms and that said they never had this problem. That's what they said. They never had this problem. But I can rest assured the next person that get into that mayor position, y'all won't have that problem again either. I guarantee you won't. Because the next mayor that get in office is going to implement and make sure that the money is spent and go where it's supposed to go. And manage it. Because it's one thing to get the money, then you gotta manage it. I mean, you gotta monitor it. Okay.
Yes, you do.
You gotta monitor where that money is going. Who's doing that? Who's monitoring it? You know? So again, it's a lot, man. Listen, again, it's a lot, it's still a lot of questions. He said, I have reached out to the mayor's office to bring opportunities to no available. I look forward to working with real leaders on the ground. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because there will be some real leaders on the ground. The real recognize the real will stand up. Definitely. So between Albert Lawrence and Missy Lynch, one of them gonna get the job done. One of them gonna get the job done. I feel like, and I'm not just saying this, but I really feel like, Albert has already done a lot, and so Missy. I feel like Albert, by him already doing some development there, he's already creating jobs without even being a mayor. He's already creating it. He's already creating a job because he's doing the development. You gotta hire the people to build. What? Clock that. So he's already, that's creating jobs right there. Okay. Links coming soon. Every audit, the D water grade and the 3.9 million debt proof will be posted. Don't take her word. Check the state records. Thanks for standing up tonight. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. Tell them where they can reach you, bro, before we get out of here.
Okay, yeah, y'all can reach me everything Real Street News 100 ENT, IG Real Street News, Facebook, Mac Eric on Facebook, and we just trying to push that real content.
That's it.
We really try to push that content, and we really appreciate y'all for joining the Sin City podcast, because this is where you get your facts, receipts, and all the truth. And and everything we have talked about tonight is allegedly, besides the receipt y'all was shown.
Yeah. Everything is allegedly. However, the documents are there, and I am going to drop the link to the documents again. I'm going to drop 2 links, and there's 2 different documents by the auditors, okay, that we spoke on. I'm dropping those links so that y'all can have it and look at it yourselves. And it still was some things that I didn't discuss that I, could have brought up, but hey, we always, most likely, we coming back tomorrow. Because now I'm on the road. Now y'all done woke up the barrel. I'm woke now. So you certain to see me tomorrow for part 2 with more. Because I guarantee you, here comes the damage control again. There's going to be another, well, maybe not, because maybe she'll listen at me when I say, don't post no long paragraph. You better get a PR team.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we won't get a long paragraph by tomorrow, but I guarantee you there will be some type of damage control done or explanation, or even if that, maybe she will respond to the people. But you're a day late and $1 short because them people said, yeah, it's a wrap. So yeah, with that being said, you can also reach myself, Since Said It podcast on all major platforms as well, IG, X, Snapchat, TikTok. You can also email me if you have any information that you want me to provide on the next live. Email me at sincesaidit@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to present that information as well. I know that I missed some stuff that I wanted to pull up, but that's okay because again, on the next live, I know I will get right back to it in part 2. We could do part 2. Plus, I do have some other information that I gotta get anyway. So yeah, with that being said, you guys, I guess that'll end that. Thank you guys for joining the Sensitive Podcast Show. And yeah, we're out of here. Yes.
Have a blessed night, everyone.
Yes, absolutely.